May 1st, 2025. An 18-wheeler completed a 246-mile haul between Dallas and Houston with no human behind the wheel. For a $906 billion industry with 3.5 million American trucking jobs, this is not science fiction anymore. Aurora claims its technology could have prevented 29 fatal crashes on Interstate 45. But with industry giants rising and others collapsing, and 24 states now permitting autonomous trucks while 10 ban them, the question is not just who will drive, it is who gets left behind. Is this the end of the road for truck drivers, or the start of something no one saw coming? On the morning of May 1st, 2025, a white 18-wheeler pulled out of Dallas and rolled south toward Houston, traveling 246 miles on Interstate 45. There was no one in the driver's seat. Aurora Innovation, the company behind the run, called it the first true commercial driverless freight haul in America, with no safety operator behind the wheel and no one ready to take over. For most people on the highway that day, it looked like any other truck. But for the trucking industry, it was a sign that the future had arrived. The scale of what is at stake goes far beyond a single test run. The U.S. trucking industry moves more than 80% of the country's freight by weight, pumping over $900 billion into the economy each year. Behind the wheel are 3.5 million drivers, men and women whose livelihoods depend on the steady hum of diesel engines and the endless lines of asphalt connecting cities, ports, and small towns. Trucking is not just a job, it is the backbone of American logistics, the unseen force that puts food on shelves and keeps factories supplied. But the very stretch of road that carried Aurora's autonomous truck is also among the most dangerous in the country. The Dallas to Houston corridor on Interstate 45 has a long history of fatal crashes, many involving tractor trailers. According to Aurora, their system could have prevented 29 fatal accidents on this route in recent years, a claim based on their own internal analysis of past wrecks. Yet so far the company has not released the details behind this number, and no independent safety review has verified it. What is clear, though, is that Interstate 45 is one of America's deadliest highways, especially for heavy trucks. Any real reduction in crashes would matter, not just for drivers, but for everyone sharing the road. For the drivers watching that May 1st run, the implications were immediate. This was not a lab demo or a closed course trial. It was a working truck, carrying real freight for paying customers, running a route that thousands of human drivers know by heart. Aurora's partners, giants like Uber Freight, FedEx, Werner, and Schneider, have already signed on, betting that autonomous technology will cut costs, speed up deliveries, and maybe even save lives. But for 3.5 million drivers, the question is not just about technology, it is about what happens when the job that has defined their lives starts to disappear from the highway. When a $906 billion industry begins to automate its core workforce, the ripple effects reach far beyond the cab. Truck stops, repair shops, and small towns built around freight corridors all face an uncertain future as driverless trucks move from science fiction to daily reality. The stakes are enormous, and the path forward is anything but clear. What happened on Interstate 45 was not just a technical milestone, it was the opening shot in a transformation that will reshape work, safety, and the very fabric of America's supply chain. In December 2024, Kodiak Robotics sent its first fully driverless trucks rolling down West Texas highways, hauling freight for paying customers. These were not test runs. They were commercial deliveries made possible by a system built with backup braking, backup steering, and backup power, each layer designed to keep the truck moving safely even when the unexpected happens. Kodiak's public debut that same month, with a $2.5 billion valuation, stood out in a year when most autonomous vehicle companies faced sharp investor skepticism. Gatik chose a different route. Instead of chasing long-haul corridors, Gatik focused on the middle mile, short, repetitive trips between warehouses and stores. Walmart and Kroger signed on, using Gatik's autonomous box trucks to run daily deliveries in Texas, Arkansas, and Arizona. By 2025, Gatix trucks routinely completed routes with no human in the cab. That milestone was achieved through close collaboration with state regulators willing to grant waivers for driverless operation. These predictable, contained routes became a quiet testing ground for autonomy, far from the headlines of cross-country runs. Not every company made it. Too Simple, once valued at over $8 billion, unraveled after boardroom infighting, safety scandals, and regulatory pressure. In 2022, a Too Simple truck crashed into a concrete barrier on Interstate 10 in Arizona, sparking a federal investigation. By 2024, Too Simple had exited the U.S. market, its stock price collapsing from over $60 to pennies. Most of its fleet and technology were sold off at a fraction of their former value, leaving investors and employees behind. Waymo, a pioneer in self-driving technology, paused its trucking division, Waymo Via, in 2023 to focus on robo-taxis. Embark was sold for just $71 million after once claiming a $5.1 billion valuation. These high-profile exits underscored the gulf between promising pilots and profitable, scalable operations. Now, companies like Torque Robotics and Plus.ai are looking to late-decade launches, aiming for commercial deployments around 2027. Their approach is measured, with limited runs, safety drivers in the cab, and a focus on technical reliability. The lesson is clear: ambition alone does not guarantee survival. Technical hurdles, capital demands, and shifting regulations can derail even the most promising startups. The legal map is just as fractured. By mid-2025, more than 30 states allowed some form of autonomous vehicle operation, including heavy trucks on select routes. About 10 states banned driverless semis outright, or required a human operator in any truck over 10,000 pounds. California Assembly Bill 2286 mandates a safety driver in all large trucks. Texas, with permissive laws and a dense highway network, has become the industry's proving ground. Elsewhere, companies face a patchwork of state rules, with no unified federal framework and shifting policies mile by mile. For drivers, these changes bring uncertainty. Some see new opportunities and safer roads. Others watch companies vanish or laws change overnight. Progress is real but uneven. For every driverless haul, thousands of trucks still rely on human hands, waiting to see what comes next. Wall Street and the boardrooms of America's largest carriers are not chasing driverless trucks for the thrill of new technology. The numbers driving this race are staggering. McKinsey analysts project that autonomous trucking could become a $600 billion market by 2035, transforming how freight moves across the country. For fleet owners, the pull is simple. Automation promises to rewrite the cost equation of moving goods. Labor makes up the single largest expense in trucking. Wages, benefits, and regulatory limitations on hours of service all add up. Autonomous trucks, by contrast, can run nearly around the clock, stopping only for fueling, maintenance, and required checks. Morgan Stanley estimates that switching to driverless operations could save the industry $168 billion each year, $70 billion from labor alone, with the rest coming from lower fuel costs, fewer accidents, and improved equipment utilization. The cost savings per mile are just as dramatic. Industry models suggest that autonomy could cut line haul costs by 42%. That means a route that costs $1.50 per mile today could drop to less than $1. Across millions of miles and thousands of trucks, that is a windfall too large for major shippers and carriers to ignore. The prospect of running a Dallas to Los Angeles route in under 24 hours, without paying overtime or waiting for mandatory rest breaks, turns trucks into assets that generate revenue nearly twice as fast. Investors have taken notice. Billions of dollars have poured into startups and established players alike, each promising to deliver a slice of this new market. Companies like Aurora and Kodiak are not only betting on technology, they are selling a future where the cost of moving a load is slashed and profit margins widen. For shippers, the promise is more than just savings. Faster, more reliable delivery means leaner inventories, fewer delays, and a supply chain that can keep up with the demands of modern commerce. These financial incentives explain why the industry is moving so quickly, even as the technology and the regulatory landscape remain unsettled. The lure of a $600 billion market, a 42% cost reduction, and billions in annual savings is reshaping priorities at every level, from the executive suite to the warehouse floor. In this world, autonomy is not just a technical achievement, it is a business imperative, rewriting the rules of competition for anyone who moves freight for a living. Roughly 294,000 long-distance trucking jobs stand at the highest risk of automation in the coming decades. These are the drivers who spend days or weeks on the road moving freight between major cities and distribution centers. Their work is the first target for autonomous fleets, not because of lack of skill, but because the job itself consists of long highway stretches, predictable routes, and tight delivery schedules. And that matches what artificial intelligence does best. Yet the threat of job loss comes at a time when the industry is already grappling with a chronic shortage. In 2025, more than 80,000 driving positions remain unfilled, a gap that could swell to 170,000 by the end of the decade. The American Trucking Associations projects that 1.2 million new drivers will be needed by 2030 just to replace those retiring or leaving the field. Turnover rates in certain sectors like long-haul truckload routinely top 90% each year. Many drivers leave due to grueling hours, time away from family, and the relentless pace of freight schedules. Automation threatens to reshape the workforce, but it also arrives in an industry already stretched thin. Some analysts argue that the high rate of attrition will soften the blow. Many jobs lost to automation may simply be roles that would have gone unfilled anyway. Others warn that the pace of technological change could outstrip the ability of workers to transition, especially for those mid-career or supporting families in regions dependent on trucking jobs. Goldman Sachs estimates that at the peak of adoption in the 2040s, as many as 300,000 U.S. driving jobs could be displaced per year. But the reality is uneven. Not every driver faces the same risk. Local delivery, specialized hauling, and jobs requiring customer interaction remain more secure, at least for now. The greatest vulnerability falls on the cohort running interstate routes, drivers whose livelihoods are bound to the open road, and whose work is now at the center of a $600 billion automation push. Workforce studies from UC Berkeley and industry groups paint a picture of transition rather than sudden collapse. The numbers are stark, but the path is gradual. Some drivers will retire before automation reaches their lane. Others may shift to new roles or see their jobs redefined by technology. For the 3.5 million Americans who drive for a living, the question is no longer if change is coming, but how quickly it will arrive, and who will be left to steer the future of freight. Texas leads the nation with 189,000 trucking jobs, more than any other state. In California, 173,000 people depend on the industry, and in Florida, 113,000. But the numbers only tell part of the story. In towns like Laredo, trucking is woven into daily life. Here, 46 out of every 1,000 workers hold trucking jobs, the highest concentration in the country. The city's economy pulses with the flow of freight across the border, supporting not just drivers, but mechanics, warehouse staff, and thousands of families. Along the Interstate 45 corridor, smaller towns like Madisonville and Buffalo have grown up around the rhythms of the highway. Truck stops line the exits, serving as lifelines for travelers and locals alike. The national truck stop economy, valued at $60 billion, supports more than 5 million jobs across fuel stations, diners, motels, and repair shops. These businesses rely on the steady stream of long-haul drivers stopping for rest, food, and fuel, each visit bringing dollars that ripple through local economies. In Arkansas, the story is similar. With 25 trucking jobs for every 1,000 residents, entire counties depend on freight traffic and the web of services built around it. Benton and Washington counties anchor logistics hubs that reach far beyond state lines. Every driver's paycheck supports not just a household, but a network of secondary jobs, cashiers, mechanics, cooks, and cleaners, whose own livelihoods rise and fall with the volume of trucks on the road. When autonomous fleets begin bypassing traditional routes or running without stops, the impact lands first here. A drop in overnight stays or fuel sales can mean layoffs, shuttered businesses, and shrinking tax bases. For communities built around the highway, the shift to driverless trucks is not an abstract debate about technology. It is a question of survival, one that will be answered in the truck stops, main streets, and homes of America's freight corridors. Automation is forcing a reckoning for America's truck drivers, but the numbers reveal a complicated picture. While up to 294,000 long-haul jobs could be automated in 2 decades, the Department of Transportation projects 26,400 to 35,100 new jobs a year as freight evolves. These roles include teleoperator, autonomous vehicle safety operator, and fleet technician, and they demand new skills while building on the experience drivers already have. Remote vehicle operation is expanding quickly, with companies like Einride hiring drivers as teleoperators. Salaries range from $43,680 to over $150,000 depending on experience and shift. Autonomous vehicle safety operators can earn up to $79,000, and fleet maintenance technicians typically earn $50,000 to $80,000. Retraining is now a lifeline. Pima Community College offers a 4-month autonomous vehicle specialist certificate that costs $2,500 to $3,500. De Anza College and Virginia Western offer similar programs, often tuition-free or state-funded. In Texas, OTR, Advanced Vehicle Technology, backed by Aurora, guides drivers into autonomous vehicle operations. Federal Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act funds can cover training costs, and companies such as Schneider and Melton reimburse up to $7,000 and $10,000. The impact is personal. Jeff Runyons, after 40 years on the road, now works as an autonomous safety driver, earning steady pay and sleeping at home. Matt Heaven, once gone for months at a time, now helps build self-driving systems. Tiffany Heathcott, a 10-year veteran, became the world's first remote truck operator at Einride. For drivers under 35, AV technician training or remote operation offers a head start. Drivers between 35 and 50 are finding stability in regional routes, dispatch, or upskilling. Veterans over 50 are turning to specialty hauling, driver instruction, or consulting. But the political fight is fierce. The Teamsters, led by Sean O'Brien, warned that automation threatens safety and good jobs. California Assembly Bill 2286, backed by unions, requires a human operator in every truck over 10,000 pounds. The Owner-Operator Independent Drivers Association urges caution and says get it right in cars before 80,000-pound vehicles. Industry leaders argue that automation can save lives and create opportunity. The decision is not if change will come, but how and when to prepare. The choice is to prepare or risk being left behind. Today, driverless trucks roll on real highways, and the world's largest freight workforce stands at a crossroads. Over 290,000 long-haul jobs face real risk within a generation, while new roles and local driving offer a lifeline to those who act now. The future of trucking isn't written by machines alone. It is shaped by the choices drivers, companies, and communities make, starting today. What would you fight for? Share your thoughts below.